again.
Okay. Okay. So here we go again. So we have an application from Laura Townsend at 201 Tazewell Avenue to install a fence and construct a new 240 square foot rear accessory structure. Specifically for the fence, it's a wood picket fence around the property with gates located in the front and backyard. And as we mentioned, the size is a 240, and it's specifically a 12 by 20 accessory structure on the rear of the property. We've listed the materials in our staff report. If you'd like me to read through those, I will, but otherwise I'm going to presume you've seen them. From a zoning perspective, the property is a legal conforming use. The proposed project is seeking, as we've mentioned, to construct a 240 square foot accessory structure on the rear and to install a fence 2 inches from the property line, all in compliance with the zoning ordinance for new construction. And so we have indicated zoning compliance has been achieved. So it does require your review under the Historic District guidelines and the Historic District overlay. We're here to help you in any way to assist in this review. Any questions for me?
Would the applicant like to come up?
Oh, do you want me to?
You can.
Hi, I'm Laura Townsend. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, did anyone have any questions about the materials?
No, no questions for them.
Siding, doors, windows, and it is just the 2 double hung windows, correct?
Yes,
And then the dormer
yes. Sorry, you're right.
and the trim.
No.
Should we approve these separately, Katie, or is it a package?
You can approve it in one motion, that's fine.
Let's go on to the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So it is all wood.
True.
Will you be painting it, just out of curiosity?
I wasn't going to unless it was required by the town.
Doesn't matter.
It's not.
I mean, we have no say on
Unless
that.
it starts looking bad, then yes, I will paint it.
And the picture, the design, because you have 2 different pictures.
One was to show that it was the Gothic picket
Okay.
style, and then the other one was to show the double fence and the single fence.
The gate.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. Any questions about the materials? Would we like to make a motion?
I'll move that we accept the package.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
That
you.
was easy.
Thank you, everyone.
You're done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have fun. Okay, second, no modifications, no renovations, minor renovations, additions, and new construction. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. 201 Unit B, Mason Avenue. I didn't know it was Unit B. Is the apartment Unit A?
Well, we're going to tell you.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Just a little background on this project as a whole so that you're aware of it. This is the library building. The town has chosen over the last roughly 18 months, 24 months, have been working on selling the library and actually condoizing that structure and selling basically the 2 floors above the library to a private individual and retaining the library itself with the town as its use and facility. So that's why it had to be a condoized property. And so the town issued the RFP, selected a vendor, which ended up being Mr. Gamino, and he is going to be renovating the building. There are some obligations in the town space that he has to renovate for that, and that was part of that agreement. And he is renovating the entire other 2 floors into a residence. So that gives you the history and background of this property if you're unfamiliar with it. I'll stop.
I'm unclear, 2 floors.
Mm-hmm.
Are you counting one of the floors that?
Well, there's
kind
a
of-
there's a mezzanine that stays with the library itself, but actually when you walk upstairs, it's a full 2 floors.
More floors. Wow.
Yeah, there's a 2nd floor and a 3rd floor up there, yes. Yes, there's a lot of space up there that was not being utilized by the town, which is hence why the town moved in this fashion to sell that portion of the building. So With that said, Mr. Gamino has been working through a renovation plan with that, which we have approved. At this point, he had not forwarded any requests for change on the windows. He is now at that point, having been able to get in there and finally do renovation work in the property itself. So he's before you seeking to replace 12 wood steel windows with 12 new wood/steel windows that will include new hardware, which will match the existing hardware, and 2 feet by 2 inches, 2 feet 2 inches, I'll get this right yet, times 3 feet double hung aluminum windows with a new 2 foot 2 inch by 6 foot double hung aluminum window on the 3-story commercial building. So again, we have given you all the information on the window specs themselves. He is not looking to change the opening of the window itself. It is just the window element of itself, and then we've included the hardware listing. We do have a sample that he has provided to us of what these windows are, and it is hard pressed to actually see a difference from what is being proposed to what's there today on the building itself. We are looking to add a window on the back side of the building in what is now the rear parking lot area. So we're looking to do an opening there with a window coming in for what will be an interior I think it's an interior stairwell, but you'll confirm that. Am I right or wrong?
This one?
Yes, that one.
Yes, we're dropping
Yes.
the threshold. That's actually a bathroom.
Okay, bathroom, sorry. I was so close, but so wrong. Anyway, so with that said, we've done the property as a legal conforming use. The proposed replacement of the windows do meet all of the zoning requirements. It does require your review and compliance with the overlay district and the guidelines themselves. And Mr. Gamino is here to take up any questions you may have on the application. Any questions for me?
You said they're not changing any of the sizes of the windows.
Except for that rear one.
Okay, that's the 314.
Yeah.
It's just being brought down to
Yes.
match
'cause-
the sills
and-
of the other.
And he's going to talk to you about that because there's a bathroom that's going to be in that location of that window, and there's a need for that. So, okay?
To come up, you're up, please. And introduce yourself.
David Gamino, it's good to see you all again. I think Katie has summarized what we're doing there. We have 12 historic windows original to the building. They're Hope's Windows, which is a company out of Jamestown, New York, and they are still in business to this day.
You speak a little louder.
Sure. It's a company called Hope's Windows, who installed the original windows, and they're still in business. So we were able to get in touch with them and spec the new windows. So they're just kind of a modern version of what's in there currently. They'll end up being the same sizes, same openings, same materials.
So this sample here is all the windows will be.
And I should clarify, it won't be the entire building, because again, Mr. Gamino is not responsible for the first floor. That's a town responsibility, because it's still our unit. So we're only looking to replace the windows for floors 2 and 3.
So,
It's heavy.
so these are matching windows to the existing on the first floor, so you won't be able to see really a difference except in condition, right?
Well, the condition and the color, but we're going to paint originally the windows in the building were black.
Right.
So we're going to end up painting the downstairs as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I guess the windows upstairs are also going to be,
So those are all the third-story windows, front and side on Pine Street. And the second-story front is part of the front mezzanine, which is part of the residential unit. So those are the historic windows. And then on the rear elevation of the building, there are some contemporary windows that were installed at some point, aluminum windows. And we're leaving those in except for that one slot window. And what we are proposing to do there is drop that approximately 2 feet to have the sill match the sill on the other 2 windows, and have a similar double hung window on the back.
and I'm assuming the sills will be the specified width, is it 1 1/4, 1.5 inch
The sill of which,
of the windows, exterior?
The rear window,
the rear
the
window,
only one that's being modified.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to match what's in there presently.
Yeah, because the sills are, you're not replacing the sills.
No.
Right, you're
Okay,
leaving the
so you're
same.
just putting, well, but you're making it bigger, so you're gonna
Right, but we're going to drop the existing sill down.
Yeah,
okay.
okay. Okay.
And the pictures let me show you what we're looking at here. These pictures are just to show us the condition that it's in right now.
Correct.
Yeah,
Kind of. You know, that right there is not being replaced, of course. This is the window frame.
And are you gonna, like, clean those up and?
Yeah, of course. Everything's being cleaned up, that's for sure.
Are you gonna stop all the kids from sitting on the windowsill getting
That's,
free
that's,
Wi-Fi?
that's,
I'm guilty of that before I
that's
had
down
a
to the,
house here.
that's down to the library. Hopefully they'll replace their windows at some point as well.
That's the first 4 obligations of the town.
yeah.
Is the town gonna get town-wide Wi-Fi?
We're here to discuss the second and third floor.
Okay. Any other questions on materials? Windows?
Yes.
We're okay with the windows.
And I'm not clear where the new window in the rear is going to be.
Sure.
This
So essentially right now, the window, see how you
Right.
button right there? That's essentially the size of the window now. And we're dropping that
Oh,
sill
okay.
down. Yeah.
So it's not, okay, you're
Just
creating
enlarge
the size of one, okay, got it.
Dropping.
You're not creating a new window, thank you. Right, right, okay.
And the hardware, any questions on the hardware? Kudos to you for doing all that research on the hardware.
It's not a minute. There's not a lot of companies that make steel windows anymore,
I
so,
know.
you know.
I was surprised when you said that the company, the original installer is there. I said, wow.
Yeah, it's,
That's pretty.
they are the biggest steel window installer in the country, like most of the, probably the windows over in the Cape Charles Museum at one point, and like all the old steel windows, they installed a lot of them.
They
across the
did,
country.
you're right.
Hmm?
They did, you're right.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, no, I think it's a wonderful job that, you know, all the research and all the care you put into this. Does anyone have any other questions? No?
Nope. I move that we approve as written, so.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
awesome, thank you all.
Much easier this time.
That's the easiest one I've ever had in 12 years.
David,
Yes, sir.
don't forget your,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta
don't
send
forget your
that- gotta
window.
send that back to them.
Yeah.
It's very heavy.
What's that? Yeah, can you imagine?
The whole thing, no.
12-foot
I think
blade.
you're gonna probably have cranes to go in.
That's, I don't know, we're figuring it all out.
I'm gonna
Thank
be,
you.
I'm gonna be watching, so when I,
Well,
I can see.
it takes 7 months to make, so it won't be until February.
Okay.
Good job. Thank you. Other minor exemptions?
So in my monthly staff report to you, we have listed all the minor exemptions that I've approved at the administrative level, and I'm happy to try and answer any questions you may have on any of those particular properties, but they are listed below. What is, we're glad to finally be able to put onto to the monthly report is we have been able to get back out into the field, and I applaud Jack and Tracy. It's not me, this is the staff themselves. They were able to go out and start going through our list of permits we've already issued and verifying compliance with those permit terms and conditions that we approved for. So we have given you the list of where we've been able to close out some of those projects. They are finished, and they did it in compliance with what they presented to you and what you approved. We do have a couple that we're going to have to work with into potentially some violation cases. There are about 3 of them that we've shown you that we're going to have to still work and refine that and come back with you as to how we have addressed those issues after those compliance
Can I
checks.
ask a question about,
Sure.
113 Caswell, vinyl used. Are you saying we did not approve vinyl, but they chose to use vinyl?
That's correct. So this is part of why we have desired, from a staff perspective, to ensure we're doing not just the front piece of the approvals of getting us through an application to your vote. We have been negligent in being able to carry out the back end of this arrangement, which is make sure the permit got it done according to what it was approved for. So we're glad to be able to get that into our list of workflow. We're going to continue doing that. So we hope to not have a list this lengthy each time, but we want to chunk away at this list so that you can see that progress is being made, that we're closing out permits, that they're done, and we can close files in our office. But yes, we do have some follow-up to do on 3 of these applications to see how we're going to address the non-compliance with the approved permit. Okay?
I have another one,
Sure.
and this may be for another meeting. The Kellogg building,
Yes.
the windows,
Yes.
are they acceptable, the windows that they put in?
Yes, they are in compliance. They're not finished yet either, because keep in mind, I'm going to get this wrong.
Because I thought they were supposed to return it.
On the-
Look,
Again, they're not finished yet, so that's part of it. So I think the install of the windows has happened. There's still I forget the name of the piece that goes inside the grid line on the second floor.
Lintels.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So those still have to get installed. And they also, on the second floor, there was a decorative piece that sat on the bottom portion of the windows. Those are getting installed again as well. So those are getting renovated off the building, cleaned up and restored, and then are going to be put back
so they're gonna
onto the
put
building.
the original ones back.
Oh, yes, those are going back on yet. They're not finished with that level of work yet. But so far, the types of windows that have been installed, the Pella, I think it's Pella Windows, if I'm remembering the brand name on it. Yes, they have met the compliance of what we approved so far. Yes.
And the status of the building, is it still for sale?
It is still for sale, and they have not come forward, the current property owner, with any further applications to reactivate any of the conditional use permit requests on the property, or even your continued renovation work on that property that you previously approved on this. As you may recall, they were proposing an addition on the backside to expand the kitchen and some of the dining space. All of those permits died a natural death. The property owner has not come forward to reactivate or petition the town for those sorts of approvals at this point in time. So right now, the permit that's being employed today is the required to address the violation issues and bring that building back under a cover, so it's no longer exposed to the elements. So yes, the roof is on at this point. The windows are in, the doors are now in. I think the doors went in just in the last 10 days or so, 14 days or so. So we're getting close to having the building buttoned back in, so it's no longer exposed to the elements, so that the brick is no longer in danger from elemental exposure. So we're close to getting the permit that is on the property just about finished. We're glad for that. So, any other questions? Okay, that's all I have.
Do we have a motion to end the meeting?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Seconded.
Meeting adjourned.